So there we go. We'll jump right into. Let's hang out with MF Jones, who's in the one Lo Yang, one of the premium ships, and yeah, it's kind of funny what they're talking about in chat. I won't quite get into it too much, but they had to switch out one of their players because I think he may have got a little bit in trouble with the chat and did not have any communication. So they're gonna have to switch. They had to switch him out a little bit, but very interesting to see what we'll get. The Tashkent blows me away. It can be a stealth firing ship, but we'll kind of see how it goes, Q.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how this Lo Yang does because it is a DD hunter and bringing a massive team of DDs. I mean, this is just kind of his playground, right? I mean, this is exactly what he wants. He wants to see smoked up DDs. He wants to run in there where he can't get spotted and then just wreck them absolutely with his own special ability. So I don't know. Fubuki launching some torps real early just to kind of probe some people. So OP's going to get some fun coming their way pretty soon, but the carrier's doing a great job, who's being played by Warger this time, trying to screen out any attacks from the opposing Shukaku, making sure that he does not come in here and start scouting all of these destroyers. That's going to be the big problem, though, because without much cruiser support, this air battle really is won by these carriers, right? I mean, what else can they do other than, if a DD gets spotted, other than hope that some aircraft comes over and helps them? Otherwise, they're really just stuck on their own there and kind of screwed. So,
now I don't know if you quite saw what kind of just happened with the aircraft here, and they have switched danger from a destroyer to now an aircraft here, and it's kind of funny. I think I just saw Dort just talk in chat, so maybe that's the running joke between these guys right now, is he can't talk in chat. But Danger jumped out to really quickly, and he's going to have immediate air supremacy over these guys because he got 2 successful barrages off, and what that does is that killed off a couple aircraft, a couple fighters, so now he's going to have almost complete air control. You see how there's 3 green fighters? Well, for you there's 3 red fighters and only 1 green fighter left. He now has a complete control over the air. The Wargen is now running. Actually, they switched up a lot of their AC aircraft carriers, so it's kind of interesting. But now Danger is going to have complete control over the air for this time. He's going to be able to shut down all his planes, most likely kill off all his planes, and have vision for a lot longer than Wargen is. So, although it's not really, who cares? He shut down a couple planes. He has that. Wargen has 1 squad in the air right now, and Danger has all 5, or all 6 actually. Yeah. So that's pretty monstrous, and he hasn't even done anything. So MF Jones not taking any damage from that. They capped out. See, this is kind of what I'm imagining these destroyers are going to do, is hang around with that Lo Yang as much as they can, because that Lo Yang is going to be able to give them the jump on any enemy destroyer.
Rascal Rabbit's trying to smoke up here to try and get away from all this pain, but he still took a torpedo from the opposing Shukaku, and
wow,
he's
nice.
and now he's outside of his smoke. Benson's trying to pop his AA to stop just these aircraft coming in. He's got 2 more bombers, but luckily both miss, and he's free to just basically go back away. Looks like at least both teams have a point, so they're pretty close, but I believe OP is up by 10, 12 points at this point, so they are in the advantage. So no one has really tried to contest the midpoint. I think that's what we're going to see now, is who's going to get that is really going to define this game early.
Yeah, exactly. OP's right about to go on to the edge of it, so they might start taking over. And the scariest thing is from our point of view, from last scene, we've only seen 1 destroyer. We've only seen Rascal Rabbit. We haven't seen the Fubuki, and the Fubuki, it loses 1v1 close to the gun. So if they spot that Fubuki, he's going to lose to a Benson, he's going to lose to a Lo Yang. But those torpedoes can be absolutely devastating, especially to the battleship core, especially to if the Atago gets caught by one. That's a lot of his health gone. Right now, looks like, I'm surprised we aren't seeing more cap competition going on, a lot more PvP, if you will, on some of these caps. But I'm kind of bracing for impact because I'm expecting to see with how this game's going, and just kind of how I've seen games in the past. I'm expecting to see all of a sudden an oh crap moment where there's about 3 or 4 DDs from APOC side that are going to be way in a different position than OP decided. And I think right now even Danger's throwing a plane over to his kind of the 1-2 line to try to see if he's getting flanked by a destroyer. And now we see Wraith on the 1 Tashkent. And this is the downside of the Tashkent. The Tashkent is spotted from very far away. It has very low concealment. So they're going to be absolutely trying to stomp him as fast as possible. He's a very large ship, large health pool at almost 20,000 life. But if they can take him down, 1, they go up on points, and 2, they get one of the destroyers. And here's the PvP I'm talking about. Here's the fight. Never going against these guys. And let's have some fun on BCAP.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens here. They're really going to try and contest it. But we also have the Gray Baron coming in, one of the new players on OP right now. I don't think he was playing yesterday, but we're seeing a lot of torpedoes. Great dodging from his side. Oh, man, I don't know if they can really take it from them. They're doing a great job pushing them back off, even though despite the smoke from Ice Serpent, he really kind of has to move out in a bit, because otherwise the rest of these DDs are just going to roll up on him and either torp him in the smoke or just deal with him with their guns. So
no, Never is taking a lot of damage in the smoke, down to about 8,500 life. All of a sudden there was 2, 3, 4 destroyers all shooting at him, and down to about half life, just under half life, and not being able to really pump out too much. Had to pop a smoke, go for a defensive smoke, which is not really what you want on Ocean, but it's what he needed to kind of get out of there and survive that. Rasky Rabbit looks like he's about 13k. Shin, about the lone battleship on your side, that's a relatively low, about 40k. But look at all those torpedoes coming towards OP. That is something that your team is going to have. All those ones by Rasky Rabbit were then shown around. I'm surprised Danger didn't keep out his planes a little bit longer, kind of spot some. But OP's holding down the 2 caps. They're doing well. I don't think any of the destroyers are going to take a torp, and we'll kind of just keep watching and see how it goes.
yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, APOC has taken a lot more damage overall, though, of course, Never has taken a lot of damage himself, but APOC's did a pretty good job distributing the damage across their team. No one's that low. Everyone's just taking a bit of damage, and they're just launching as many torps in there as possible just to try and push that other DD off, so hopefully they can start capping B in these smokes, but these smokes are going to run out eventually, but they're doing a great job of just trading off and smoking one after another, so there's no need to actually get out of here. And you can see Ice Serpent is still hanging out, seeing these torpedoes coming in because of this great spotting from the aircraft carrier, and that is really helping them really stay safe. And he's seeing that he's got to get out of here sometimes, but they are capping B, but he's going to get off just as they're capping. That is unfortunate.
And they did stay oh, I'm sorry.
No, if they just stayed a little while longer, they could have capped that B back. So you can see, I think that the Tashkent and Raytheon's actually trying to move up just so we can start capping that again, because they succeeded in their goal and then they lost it in the last second there. But there we go. Now they're capping again.
And that's exactly what it did. The Gray Baron was kind of hanging on to the top right part of the cap, holding it down, and all those torpedoes were coming in him, and he was able to get pushed off by those torpedoes. And now Ice Serpent now in range, about 7k. Gray Baron holding his shot because he knows as soon as he shoots, there's going to be 4 to 5 red destroyers all shooting at him within about 10 kilometers. So Shin taking some good damage, down to about 34k. Mega Dude, the guy who gets beat up first, isn't getting quite beat up first, although he's down to about 40k, and but he doesn't die anyway, so it's fine. And Sterling Archer as well pushing up in the NorCal, but looks like APOC is kind of losing the battleship health battle.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Shin, he, in his NorCal, he's down quite a bit. You got Mega Dude, who's not the first guy to get beaten down, but he's at about half health. And then you've got, Sid Sterling, who's, he's only taking a little bit of damage, but Shin is still taking a bunch. And he's at 18k right now. He's in real trouble as his smoke is run out. But the Fubuki's coming in here, possibly to try and help him out. Same with the Benson as well. One of these guys hopefully have some smoke left to try and get this guy protected, because he's now to 7k at this point. I don't know if he's going to hang on here. He's burning. I see a lot of shells coming in.
Now, Kwangdu actually taking some big damage. He actually went for a very aggressive broadside. He must have had faith in it. So Shim down about 2,000 life, taking it. Looks like he's on fire. Might not have a repair, down about 1,700,000. Down he goes. So Akak takes down Shin, and the first ship goes down. And that is not good, because there's only 2 more other battleships, which I think APOC has done a very good job at hiding their battleships in this recent couple minutes. But they only have 2 more tanks.
Ooh. Akak just took a big chunk of damage from torpedoes, though. Again, that eventually that Fubuki is going to pay off with a couple of hits. So, but Kadis also took just a random torp, though, and he's
lots
down
of shorts
to
in, lots of shots in on him. I don't think Dort's going to miss this shot too. Down he goes. Dort on money right there. Dunks on him. Kedis is down. Time for these guys to start pushing up, although there's lots of torps. As long as the aircraft carrier is able to kind of sweep for those torps and spot them for these battleships are going to actually go up and get a bit more aggressive. And they just need vision on these battleships right now. We can't see your guys' battleships. We just saw Mega Dude.
Yeah, right now they're doing a great job of smoking up and making sure that their battleships are completely hidden. Though they didn't quite get in time there to save the other North Carolina, which really, really sucks for them. They're really regretting that. But right now they have established their point on B, but because they've lost so many ships, they are down by quite a bit. So they're going to have to start taking some, really getting some kills in here to really actually take the lead again. Right at this rate, they're still going to be losing. They're low on health for, Raytheon just got a fraction of his health left. They still have 4 destroyers though, which is huge. So, but of the all the ones they brought, they're not in great shape. So hopefully this Fubuki can land a few more torpedoes and really damage down OP's battleships. If they can take down one or two of these battleships, they can really even this game back up. But right now they got to protect that North Carolina, and Mega Dude taking a ton of damage.
He's the only ship. He's the only ship OP can see right now, so they're all firing at him. They're doing the concentrate fire on Mega Dude, and Mega Dude obviously took about 15k damage in a little bit of time. Sterling Archer just being spotted now. MF Jones and Grey Baron, really a lot of the OP destroyers, other than Never, who took that that original volley for a decent amount of his damage, a decent amount of his life. They're almost full life, so they could potentially start getting a bit more aggressive. Raytheon down about 5k life. Megadude taking big damage though, and ACAC trying to back up. They're staying far enough away. Ice Serpent potentially taking a torpedo down about 2,000 life, and let's jump up to MF Jones because he might be able to finish Ice Serpent down about 800 life, 500 life. Salvos are in, down he goes. Yep. General Dort just knocking these destroyers out of the park.
Who says a battleship can't take out a destroyer?
If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him, man. That guy is notorious for his battleship play. So if anybody's going to hit him on this team, it's going to be him.
Yeah, I mean, also, OP in general doing a really great job smoking up. I mean, I haven't been talking about how much we, APOC is having the same problem trying to find these ships. I mean, right now, really, Fratstar for Life and MF Jones are the two out there. We can see the Otago moving up now, starting to fire. But if these guys stop firing, pretty much the entire team is invisible. But eventually, these smokes are starting to wear off finally, and now the rest of the battleships are being spotted. But just in general, they've done a great job keeping these battleships just, trading them back and forth, let one out be out in front, take some damage, be spotting, and then bring the other one out. But Kwangdu, man, he's at 10k and he's hurting quite a bit. He looks like he's flooding it as well as trying to repair.
Let's switch over to Kwangdu really quick. Looks like down goes Megadude. Megadude was kind of hanging on for dear life. Kwangdu, I've noticed him playing a lot more aggressive, showing a lot more broadside, which I think has kind of bit him in a little bit health-wise. Raytheon taking a big hit down about 2,500. I think OP starting to push in. This is so prototypical OP. They said, you guys can have 2 caps. We're fine with that. And what have they done? They haven't lost a ship. They've done very well. They've hidden their main guys. Kwangdu taking the fire that could potentially be deadly if he doesn't have a heal or a repair. Let's move up to Fratstar really quick because he is surrounded by red torpedoes and absolutely dodges them all. Ryu, Raytheon down about 65 life on fire. Down he goes. Akak takes him down. Rio 6k away from Fratstar. Fratstar going to be pumping the shots. This is OP play right now. This is how OP plays this game. They kind of let them have the 2 caps, and then what do? They just outplay people. They march up. Here they go. Slowly take 1 ship down, 2 ships down, 3 ships down. And then the news just gets a little bit tighter, and there they go. So Sterling Archer, basically the only ship they can see. They're up to about 980. We're looking at 2 or 3 more ticks to take B cap back. This game's about to be over in just a couple seconds.
Yeah, there's not much, unfortunately, APOC can do at this point. But, you saw just really, really smart moves from OP. Really just being really smart and not just trying to rush in and retake B, knowing they still had the advantage, knowing they could take a moment to just focus fire down a few more ships and then try and push it at the end there and retake B and make sure they were going to win that battle. And by the end there, they'd taken out so much and controlled so much of the map, it just didn't matter. There was nothing APOC could do there. But really great battle from both sides there. I think, until OP really started pushing in and really focused fire, and I think that's what set them apart there. That focused fire, man, they just Dorton and not missing a shot practically, just tearing people apart. But really, really great.